What happened? There we go. Old school got a message for you. All right, all right. Hello, everybody. I'm old school. Yeah. What up? I'm old school, you guys, and welcome to the Old School Sunday Jam session, sponsored by Refurbished iPads and MacBook Pros. The plug for high quality, recycled, upgraded Apple computers at low prices, okay? Now you can find them at bit.ly/MACBOOKMAN, all lowercase letters, okay? Again, that's bit.ly/MACBOOKMAN, all lowercase letters. Or you can just call them at 346-801-9448. Okay, I'm old school, and I'd like to introduce everybody to my co-host, Rain.
What up, what up?
Yeah, and for those who might be catching our show for the first time, Rain and I go back way back, over 26 years, okay? So, Rain, tell us a little bit about yourself and how we got to be so cool, bro.
Hip-hop, man. Hip-hop. The short answer, hip-hop, man.
Yeah.
Unified, you know. What was it? You asked me, like I said, like, do I like hip-hop?
Yeah.
Or, no, you asked me, did I rap? You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And I mean, from now, like, yeah, from that point, it's just been shaking. It's the one to rap. You know what I'm saying? All the way to here, you know. So, here we go.
Yep. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, check this out. Folks, we got a great show lined up for you guys this week, okay? And we're honored to have a special guest today, okay? Joining us is going to be our CEO, okay? Our co-CEO, okay? And that's going to be Miss Shay. Okay, she's going to be joining us today because she wanted to be a part of our segment called The Power of Women, a Blessing and a Curse. Everybody been kind of anticipating that, okay? So, all right, y'all. We're going to be talking about the power of women, a blessing and a curse. The stuff that you just can't make up, okay? Like, we're going to be talking about that doctor, you know. And this particular doctor, he went to court via Zoom while he was, get this, in the middle of surgery, okay?
That is crazy.
Okay, and also we're going to talk about that plane that rained down horror from the skies, okay? That was horrible. And the alligator in the garage, we're going to talk about that. This is basically going to be inside of a new segment that we got called, you know what I mean, you know, stuff that you just, that we just can't make
up.
That's it.
Can't make this up, man.
All right. We're also going to talk about the difference between respect and fear. That should be real interesting, okay? And the tools that you're going to need to, all of the tools you're going to need to, if you're planning to start your home-based business. Now, that ought to help everybody out, okay? And also, what's the best computers to use if you want to produce music or film, okay? But first, let's get off into the Sunday Jam session and play some music before we get started, okay?
Yes, sir.
And guys, don't forget to hit that like button and, you know, to also subscribe and share with your friends, okay? So that's what we're going to get into, a little bit of music right now. And let us see. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Having a little bit of technical difficulties this week. Let me see if I can get it started. Golly. Let's go here. We'll go here. All right, let's see what we got right here. We're going to play a little something. something, something. Wait a minute. All right.
Nobody can touch your body. I love your body. I know nobody. They got nobody. I know your body. Adore your body, mommy. I know your body. I know your body. I know your body, mommy, 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 mommy.
Caramel skin, let the games begin. Poppy all over that, sipping on the gin. Would you like a drink for yourself and your friends? Baby, kick back and take a break from all your men. Just like Burger King, I know you get your way, but you look like a Happy Meal and I've been mad all day. Spread some of that sunshine, girl, you know I'm good for it. Flow still tighter than them jeans on Chuck Norris. Come on, dance with me, sexy, this is my song. I'm gonna drop the top when it's over, we gone. You can ride with me or just follow me home, cause I can't wait to peel your body out of that thong, mommy.
Nobody can touch your body. I love your body. I know nobody. They got nobody. I know your body. Adore your body, mommy. I know your body. I know your body. I know your body, mommy, 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 mommy.
Baby, wake up, it's time for you to go. I know you're comfortable, but you need a change of clothes. So you get ready, I'll pick you up at 4 and take you to the stove and maybe pop a dose. Wear something sexy, heels and kind of dressy, so guys get jealous and them girls get messy. I'ma clean the whip till it shines like new money. Put a polish on that bitch so deep dirt will run from me. Step out the car, niggas gon' go and blah 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 and wonder who we are, cause
nobody can touch your body. I love your body. I know nobody. They got nobody. I know your body. Adore your body, mommy. I know your body. I know your body. I know your body, mommy, 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 mommy. I'm going out this weekend. I don't care what nobody says. I've been working hard every day, and it's time for a double blaze. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleep in. I'm going out this weekend. Take it out to the corner. So I'm cutting the balls. I'ma pay whatever it costs. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleep in.
look out, it's the weekend and I'm ready to chill. Pulling up at the barbershop, about to chop me for real. Gotta get that taper, gotta keep that paper. I'm an old school player with prescriptions to fill. I'm in the coupe to build and them shoes is on. I'm chopping game and I'm about to go. So I tip the barber and I hit the stove. Hit the stove before I hit the crib. Hopped in the shower and I'm about to flip. Fall in the club, chill at the bar, and pass my cell number to a couple of stars. And they texting me and I'm texting them. They both got bubbles with that beautiful skin. And I'm sending drinks and they sending things. So I choose Lil Mama like her face. She danced with me. Stop the low, raised it up and then made it roll. So I grabbed her waist and let it rub up against her. Just say she let me know she liked the message I sent her. We need blood, stop the grub. Strawberry pancakes, just eating it up. We laughing, talking, we making out, and I really wanna see what that sex about. But we leave her with, go to the mall, yeah, you know the Scotch Inn on Murphy Road. We got the room, came out them clothes, woke up the next morning with her on my wall.
I'm going out this weekend. I don't care what nobody says. I've been working hard every day, and it's time for a double blaze.
Tomorrow morning I'm going sleeping. I'm going out this weekend. Take it out to the corner. Love is so fucking false. I'm gonna pay whatever it costs. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleeping. Mommy looking good, so I'm gonna take her to breakfast. Let her order what she wants and drop her back at the Lexus. After the goodbye kiss, hopping back in the coupe, popping a CD in and throwing the deuce swap. I'm turning corners and I'm changing lanes, and them diamonds shining in my pinky ring, and my watch and things, and my piece and chain. And she hit my scale and I'm peeping game, and she thanking me, and I'm getting home. So I parked the Mac and hang up the phone. Walked in the crib and the game was on. Houston Rockets in the danger zone. And I grabbed the tips and I grabbed the chips, and I make a drink and I snack and sip, and I call a bitch and we watch the trip. T-Mac hit a 3 and the crowd lit, and the game shift. It was in our favor. Won 500 for my next door neighbor. He mad as hell and I'm glad as hell. And I hit the rock by the quarter to 12. Pass my number like I always do. Hit the after hours when they close at 2. And they playing my song when I hit the spot. And them sexy girls say my joint is high. Next thing I know, she doing body shots. The lights went high, they panties dry. They was in my boxes, I was in their tie. Super Sandman is the player of the wild. Going out this weekend. I don't care what nobody say. I've been working hard every day. And it's time for a bubbling play. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleeping. I'm going out this weekend. Take it out to the corner. Love is so bubbling falls. I'm gonna pay whatever it costs. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleeping. I'm gonna pay the tab and get the hell out of Dodge. Get the genie from the car and park it in the garage. Call a little mama for a body massage, and then take my ass to sleep. I gotta work tomorrow. Holla at my friends till I see them again. They know I'm gonna be ready for them next weekend. I got a date with a set of 2 beautiful twins, and they from the Philippines, but they got dark skin. Cold black hair and it's wavy as hell. I know they mama black and everybody can tell, cause the way they fit them jeans is like a black female. They wanna mix my Alizé with their big champagne. They contortionists from the circus, hey, and they wanna twist their body in all kinds of ways. Put their booty on their head with their legs and their face. Quality comes looking up into outer space. Ain't no need in me lying, pimpin', I'm anxious to see how incredible that next weekend is gonna be. I can't believe how excited they was to meet an OG. And if I wanted to, really I could charge them a fee. But it's not about that, I'd rather do it for free and kick it with them for a while and get invited for tea. Cause I never disrespect when they respect me, and that's my code of honor and my policy. And I really think that that's the way it ought to be. And that's the reason why I really think they shot it to me. When you get respect, then you get respect. And that's the kind of outcome a brother expect. I'm going out this weekend. I don't care what nobody say. I've been working hard every day. And it's time for a bubbling play. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleeping. I'm going out this weekend. Take it out to the corner. Love is so bubbling falls. I'm gonna pay whatever it costs. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleeping. With you, always keep it real. With you, so you and I can be with you. Together we'll enjoy each other. Now I think girl, cause I can trust you. No other girl can touch you. Your words are so profound. No one could ever interrupt you. I'll keep you all the time. Cause you flesh of my brain. With you, I feel like I've been blessed. I love the way that we can make. Cause you are your boy with Texas. I'm from City, Texas. Thinking there's nothing for breakfast. When we do the legal breakfast. You know I'm just a girl. But you still show me love. You, I love you because my life is better than it. With you, with you, with you. I used to picture the way that I tapped that if I had that. Girl, you know you twisted my hat back just like that.
God is my witness. Your lips are straight out of pictures, and your physical fitness could put a gym out of business. Searching for words that could describe you physically, knowing that words just don't have them capabilities. I took a shot without my visibility. I know they call me ego, but I still have humility. My approach is well worded, although I was nervous. I had to let you know I'm buttering, baby. You deserve this. You know a brother ain't rich, but a nigga ain't lie. As if I thought your love was something a nigga could buy. I kept it real and you real, so you didn't reject me. Instead, you opened your heart, and I know that you respect me. And I respect you too, and I know that you're faithful. Girl, I'm boots from your past, which just ain't meaning hateful, but they lost my game, and I'm gonna remain beside you. Now they wishing that they treated you like I do. I stay ready in case they come in with drama. Send them back home in a flying box to mama. Google Gaga, don't matter if he's the prop, because he better not ever put his hands on what I got now. What I got now. What I got now.
With you, always keep me big. With you, what I can do. With you, together we'll enjoy each other. Girl, ooh, because I can trust you. No other girl can touch you. Your words are so profound. No one could ever interrupt you. Ooh, keep you out of touch. Cause you can shut my face. With you, I feel like I'm impressed. I love the way that we can make. Cause you, your boy was reckless. I'm not saying Texas. They niggas are so reckless. When we do the legal reckless. You know I'm just a thug. But you still show me love. You, I love you because my life is better than it. With you, with you, with you.
Now I'm known to wreck the mic on a regular basis, like getting blazed at a party, getting wasted. Alcoholic drug been good up, but I faced it. Hennessy straight without a coke for me to chase it. You know, on my waist every time a nigga saw me. In case another knuckleheaded jacker try to rob me. Ain't like I got a dime, but they jacking for a hobby. And I ain't wanna have to tell nobody that they shot me. Walking through my life without a plot for me to be in. Other people telling me they like it, what they seeing. I'm flying in my being, but them greenbacks decreasing. Cause every time I make a dollar, Satan seeking seeking. Cut off my utilities, rats came in my house. Went to find a job, came home and was locked out. I'm at the office screaming at them, what is this about? So I began to hustle on the block till I got caught. They put me in a cell with convicts of every kind. You were cool and even gave advice from time to time. They told me how a brother could commit the perfect crime. The thoughts of loving you was all that ever crossed my mind. The finest of the honeys, baby girl, you kept me strong. So I'm gonna make a life for us as soon as I get home. As soon as I get home. As soon as I get home.
With you, always keep me big. With you, what I can do. With you, together we'll enjoy each other. Girl, ooh, because I can trust you. No other girl can touch you. Your words are so profound. No one could ever interrupt you. I'll keep you out of pain. Cause you can shut my face. With you, I feel like I've been blessed. I love the way that we can make. Cause you, your boy was reckless. I'm not saying Texas. They niggas are so reckless. When we do the legal reckless. You know I'm just a thug. But you still show me love. You, I love you because my life is better than it. With you, with you, with you.
Some may call me a dreamer, but now I'm rolling a beamer. Now they love my demeanor, telling people they related to me, bruh. I have a dream to see Africa before I'm swallowed by earth. I have a dream. One day soon, her love will quench my thirst. I have a dream to find that part of me that died a long time ago. I have a dream. I will succeed and make an impact before I go.
They criticize you, telling you need to stop dreaming, but you can't get $200 off your whole family tree. And if you're like me, a dreamer, then you're probably the black sheep, and the blood still thick with the crack deeper. Stay back preaching. You're back reaching, you're reaching back. You can't sleep and you're keeping your feet planted flat. You're flat broken, seeking a reason you once supported. Your talent, they just ignored it. Your balance on tight rope, keep your vision distorted. You sidetracked by their wisecracks and slide back into the bottomless pit where your hunger is at. Now you ready and serious as a heart attack, more harder than granted on a whole planet of crack.
Some may call me a dreamer, but now I'm rolling a beamer. Now they love my demeanor, telling people they related to me.
have a dream to see Africa before I'm swallowed by earth. I have a dream. One day soon, her love will quench my thirst. I have a dream to find that part of me that died a long time ago. I have a dream. I will succeed and make an impact before I go. My dream car is a Porsche 911, of course. A two-seater drop top, cost $1 million for horses. Deep candy paint, polished with them Lambo doors, and the system bump clean and much harder than yours. Strawberry shortcake, wanna get in my ride, so everybody see her with me, cause they feeling my vibe. Dressed like King Solomon, my swagger so live, cause I never stop dreaming, that's my 9 to 5. See me working on my album, some didn't believe that I was really that focused and I wouldn't succeed. Now they scratching their head because of what I achieved, when they was just talking down cause how I was perceived. Some may call me a dreamer, but now I'm rolling a beamer. Now they love my demeanor, telling people they related to me, bruh. I have a dream to see Africa before I'm swallowed by earth. I have a dream. One day soon, her love will quench my thirst. I have a dream to find that part of me that died a long time ago. I have a dream. I will succeed and make an impact before I go. A lifetime later, I see the same hater on the same steps, same place, no greater, asking for a hot $5 and a favor. Of course, I give it to him since we used to be neighbors. Now he brags to everybody just because he knows me. Never try to play the cheddar back, he know he owes me, but it don't bother me, it is how it ought to be. I'm gonna treat him properly because he died properly. In the end, there's a lesson, nothing's like it seems. The people we talk down on could be going through some things, so I don't even look down on the dope thing. The reason that I made it is by following my dreams. Some may call me a dreamer, but now I'm rolling a beamer. Now they love my demeanor, telling people they related to me, bruh. Won't let no one hold me down, and I can't be turned around. When my feet on solid ground, and I can't be falling down. People give you when you fall, maybe if they don't harm, but you keep moving strong. Better get your hustle on. Old school got
Dope. What up? You got audio? You got an audio issue over there? There you go. Oh, it's cool. We can't hear you, bro.
Yeah.
My brother.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Got a lot of echo too, huh? Yeah, guys, we're having a little technical difficulties, but I'm old school, and we back, and we're talking with my boy Rain, and we'd like to introduce to you guys Miss Shay. And come on in, Miss Shay. We're gonna be talking about the things that the power of immunity. I'm sorry, the power of women, and whether it's a blessing or a curse. So what do you think about that, Rain?
Just that question, the power of a woman, is it a blessing or a curse? It depends on what woman you're talking about. Different women use their powers in different ways, just like the superheroes use their powers in different ways. Some choose to be heroes, some choose to be villains, you know?
Right.
So it just depends on who you're talking about.
Okay, so just give us a little, idea. You know what I mean? Like, we'll just come back to you on that. What about you, Miss Shay? How you doing?
I'm great, guys. Thank you for having me today. Even though I know a lot of people seen my face yesterday, but thank you for having me.
Honored to have you.
Most definitely.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on. Here's my camera. Okay, y'all. I don't know what's going on with my stuff, but anyway, like I say, we're basically talking about a good subject here, and I'm gonna set it off like this. I believe that women are God's masterpiece. Okay, that's my opinion because she's His last creation, and hands down His most beautiful creation. So let's keep it real. Is there anything that you've ever seen more beautiful than a woman? Okay. How about you, Rain? Have you ever seen anything more beautiful than a woman?
What you mean? Okay, that's kind of a tricky question because I would say this. Off the rip, when you're talking about God's creations, I could say something simple as the sky. The sky with the clouds and the sun, and at night with the moon and the stars. Like, yeah, I ain't seen no woman that beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But it's like beauty is it's subjective, you know. It's subjective, you know. So if you have a woman that knows how to exude the power that God has given her through her personality, her character, you know, and everything, then yeah, you know, she may come across as more beautiful than the sky. But then you have some women that's just pretty with some spitty attitudes, and yeah, they're not so beautiful. So I can name a bunch of things more beautiful than them. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, that's your opinion. How about you, Miss Shay? How does it feel to be God's masterpiece?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing for some women. It's not good for all women because some women don't like being women. They want to be men.
Now that's a whole nother show.
Wow. But that's relevant though.
It taps into, you know, kind of what you guys are saying, a blessing or a curse, you know, because if a woman, this is just me, I love being a woman. I love it. Some women don't love it. Some women feel more in touch with being tomboyish or you know, to each his own. I love being a woman. I love a blessing for a woman is you're able to bear men and women of the world. You know, a man can't say, "Oh, I bear the child." I mean, you have something to do with the conception, but you don't push out
something to do with.
Yeah. You know, because
like we ain't go half on that.
Some people, no, but you know, some people now, but it's for me, I guess for me, it's being a woman, it's an honor because you have a little person that grows in you. A lot of people don't have that, you know. But it is a curse because some women do use their women powers for a curse. They use it. Women use their beauty. Not all women, but some women use their beauty.
Well, let's talk about the beauty of a woman. You know, we know that songs have been written about it. You know, it's inspired by women. We know that wars have been fought behind women. Some women have lured unsuspecting men to their deaths to win wars. Okay, in some cases, and even the great, powerful Samson fell victim to the beauty of Delilah. He told her a secret, and that was about his strength and everything. And ultimately, it cost him his life. Even angels came down from heaven. They left their positions.
That's a man's curse. See, they fought for beauty. That's a man's curse. He fell for the beauty and all his business. That's
very true.
Well, let me ask you this, Ms. Shay. Do you feel like some women abuse their beauty?
Be real, mama.
I'm gonna be real. Yeah, we do because men allow us to.
Because that's interesting. Can you expound on that?
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, you know, when you have a successful man, he doesn't want a woman that's been through something. He wants a trophy, a woman, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? But when you have a woman that has been with you through hell, strife, da 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 da, they're no longer good. I mean, men look for beauty. That's why it's a curse for men because men look at beauty. They don't look at a woman for the inside. They look at beauty. I'm like I always say before, you can be the most finest woman in the world, but your attitude is stank. And a man don't see that because he looking at her booty, her face, and half of the time it's plastic.
Well, look, let me ask our listeners, okay? What about you guys? Do you think that some women abuse their beauty? And let us know in the comments, okay?
You have a viewer that says yes. Carol Pierce says yes.
See? That's what I'm talking about. So I sure do wish I could expound with her on that. Tell her to write in some more and let us know, you know?
Carol Pierce is my mom. I can tell you for a fact. You know, when I was growing up, my mom always told me use your brain.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of women don't do that. They feel like their beauty gets them homes, their beauty gets them cars, their body gets them this, their body gets them that. And that's not what it's about. If a man only likes you for your body, that means he ain't worried about your brain, he ain't worried about your intelligence, he ain't worried about your wit. You are just how can I be nice about this? You just an elf mate. Let's put it like that, because that's just
what it is.
Well, Rain, let me ask you this. Did you ever clown in class, or did you ever see guys that was clowning in class, you know, to get the attention of the girls?
That's a high question.
Yeah, that's what we do. 9 times out of 10, you see a cat in a compromised position doing something goofy, he probably trying to impress a girl, you know.
So in your experience, how'd the girls respond?
I wasn't that cat. I said I seen
I'm just
him.
saying, you know, from just what you saw.
I mean,
how would you say that they respond, Shay? They see a dude acting a fool in the class.
Trying to get attention.
Dude, my thing is this. If you got to do all that to get my attention, I wasn't looking at you in the first place.
In the first place.
If you got to make a fool of yourself, my grandmother always told me your first impression is the best impression.
Right.
So if you coming off like an ass through the whole relationship, you're going to be an ass to me because you came off as an ass. You know?
So why do you think that girls like bad boys then? They always say, you know what I'm saying? Women like bad boys.
So I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean, bad boys? I mean,
we didn't make up the term,
right?
Like you know, not all women like bad boys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm different. I had my range of. I used to, you know, when you were young. For me, when I was young, I liked the thug type of dude. But
that's a bad boy, right?
Yeah, what we talking about.
But as I got older, I was like, he's still.
But we're talking about back in the day before you knew what you know.
Huh?
We're talking about back in the day before you know what you know. You know, like when them cats was thugging, they was tripping in the classroom, right?
It was just.
So you felt like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
I never liked it any guys in school. I liked it older guys.
Okay.
So I've never been attracted to guys my age. I've always been attracted to guys older than me.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you see girls that actually was going out with these guys that was acting a fool, or just, you know?
Yeah.
So what we asking is what's behind that? You know what I mean?
I got a theory.
That was what?
A theory.
Okay.
Go ahead, Shay. But he was asking you what you said.
It's the maturity level, you know.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But it's
for
like, okay,
boy, that's what's attractive.
It was. I mean, bad boys were attractive, but I mean,
are you talking about your taste?
Yeah,
you like maturity. You like maturity. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I dig you. But as far as this, excuse me, Miss Shay, but I do have a theory about this here because I've been through this thing. I've been the good boy and the bad boy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So as I've gone through life, this is one thing that I do notice. Well, number one, like when you're talking about young chicks, like young, like, you know, high school and younger,
right.
Those chicks, they're attracted to bad boys just because they're young and they're institutionalized and they home, you know what I mean? Like their parents got rules and, you know, they got to go to school and probably church and, you know, so us as youngsters have a thing about rules and stuff, right?
Right.
So the bad boys is the ones that don't have they don't care about the rules. They rule breakers, right. You know what I mean? Right. They make their own law. And that's attractive in itself when you're that young. Now,
right.
When you get older, and when I see older women,
Mm-hmm.
This is how I feel about it. And this is just from my own experience. I'm not speaking about all women, so please, ladies, just hear me out. I believe this. As a woman gets older and she learns the difference between right and wrong, she knows this. She get a good man, she gonna have to grow into a good girl.
Okay.
To keep that position.
Okay, but now, this is where
people are not ready to accept responsibility. They're not ready to grow. They're not ready for change. You know, as you get older, you get more and more set in your ways. You know what I mean? So they're not really ready for that. So they look for bad boys. You know why? Because the bad boy go always have something going on that she can point at and say, you, you know what I'm saying? And it can to defer her away from taking responsibility for her own actions. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my theory. Just a theory, though.
I hear you. You got something to add with that, Miss Shay?
I mean, he's accurate. You know, for me, it's kind of hard to really say how women feel because, you know, women viewers could be watching the show and like, she bashing women. No, I'm not bashing women. I'm not bashing, but every woman is different. I mean, when I was young, I liked the thug dudes. I was young, but I liked the older thug dudes. I just never, you know, so I can't really say, you know, when you're in school and you used to, I wasn't into them like that.
Carol say she likes bad boys.
My mom, see where I got it from. But no, I was just never attracted. I like older, you know, like for me, like now I'm 42. My husband's about to be 50. I like older men. I just don't dwell on younger folks. When I was in school, I dated older guys. So, you know, that wasn't the school guys didn't appeal.
Well, you know how we do on our show. What I like to do is I like to get in there and kind of like, you know, find out what's going on with us. What's the root of why we do what we do?
Right.
And so what I'm saying is at a younger age, you got the kids in school. And so what's happening there? We got the girls. They pretty, they women, you know. Not yet, but you know, that's our basis. And we watching them choose the bad boys.
Because that's probably what they see their mom like.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
What happens though is that as they grow up, then they begin to realize that, wait a minute, he ain't got no money. I always got money. He ain't got no car. You know what I mean?
But that means you didn't like him for that. Then you just liked him for what he could give you. That's not cool.
Right. But see, check out the deeper part. Do you think that this might impact the young men that's trying to do the right thing and they watching the girl choose the guy who's acting a fool?
But here's the thing: the ladies now of this era, they don't like decent men.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't like men that respect them.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm not speaking on nobody. I'm just speaking on me, my opinion. The women of this era, and not all women are like that. Just the foolish ones like for a man to call them a witch. They like for a man.
I've seen it.
You know, that's just like, you know, something. When I talk with the girls, we always say, "Oh, bitch, don't say that." And my husband be like, "Why do y'all get mad when a man call you bitch, but y'all call each other bitch all day?"
Well, it's the same thing with the N word.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like it's for a woman. I mean, a woman nowadays doesn't have a maturity level. I'm gonna get it how I can get it. If you got a nice car, we gonna do something.
But you know what though?
Fooling with.
But see, now one thing that I've noticed is this. Okay, here you are, you in class. They teaching you how to do 1 + 1 and multiply, and you know what I'm talking about. All these things that you can learn how to do to get that nice car. But you can't get her attention unless you ain't paying attention to none of that. You're supposed to be disrupting class, acting a fool, so you can get her attention. Then you got Poindexter in there. He doing his thing, and he get his car. Then she changed her mind and go with Poindexter because Poindexter can pay for the hamburger.
And Poindexter may be an owner of a Fortune 500.
Exactly.
But
so do you think that women kind of play a role in that? Like, do you think they kind of might be responsible for that? We might be able to start talking to our daughters and start trying to help them to realize that, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? That boy there, he ain't trying to do nothing with his life. You gotta,
Yeah, but
shorty over there that's trying to study them books.
Yeah, but here's the thing, you got to look at it both ways, because even though we teach our kids, we teach our daughters, not to mess with the thug boy, but you never know. The Poindexter could be Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You never know, because you could be saying, don't date this thug, and the thug may be just right for you, and Poindexter may be kicking your ass on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I've heard?
True.
I'm gonna ask you, have you guys ever heard this? A woman say, well, he all right, but he just too nice.
Man, I used to hate that. That's what made me start beating niggas up in school.
Now think about that. That's what made him start beating up guys.
Because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I thought that's what a man was. You know what I mean? And it brings.
Now you can see the dynamic that I'm trying to bring out.
Right. It's smashing home the point of the power of a woman, which is what we're talking about. That's powerful. And that is a responsibility. Anytime we're talking about power, we're talking about responsibility.
Right.
And that is a responsibility. And that's why cats will get on like they kids, they little girls, or get on certain women, entertainers, artists, or whatever, about the things that they saying and the things that they doing. You know what I mean? Like, that's why Cardi and Megan got all that flack for WAP, because they was hearing from people that understand the concept that we're talking about.
Exactly.
That power that a woman has is very influential, not only over culture, but when you're talking about a man being a man, like, that's the kind of power you have. And you just have to be responsible for that, for real.
Right. See, my question is this, and this is for the listeners too, and y'all, send us y'all thoughts. Let us know what you're thinking about. And please don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and share, please. But what I'd like y'all to think about is, do you think that some guys become bad boys, you know what I'm saying, just to be what she want?
I did. I ain't gonna lie. I did. I did.
Well, me too.
I was a good boy. Man, I was a good boy, man. I ain't lie. I'm still a good dude at heart, man. My heart's still there, but the dynamic of how I deal with things is a little different,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I understand this. A woman don't want to be around no cat that's friendly all the time, simply because, she thinking in the back of her head, well, if something pop off, who gonna ride? I'm finna have to fight for this cat or what? You know what I'm saying?
Now, you know what I noticed though? I noticed across the board though, when you look at all of the different nationalities, that this is kind of like cultural. You know what I mean? Like,
run it back.
I say I noticed that it's kind of
school.
Huh?
Run it back. Say it again.
I was saying I was noticing that it's kinda cultural. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like in some cultures, the girls like the little smart dude.
Right.
Like the little Chinese kids and stuff. You ever noticed that? Just peep.
No.
So, do you think that might have something to do with the way that the kids are being raised?
Of course it does.
What they're being taught?
Our societal structure.
Shay?
Of course it does.
It has a little play in it, but you teach your kid, but when your kid go to school, you don't know what they doing.
That's right.
You don't know what they doing. You don't know what they doing, what they saying, how they acting. Your kids are like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You gonna get that on, and the school gonna get that Hellcat.
That's real talk.
You know, so it's all in it. It's 2 and 2, but I always say you always want somebody intelligent. Either you're a man or a woman. You just want some intelligent. You don't want no fool all the time. Can't bring that fool to the picnic. Can't bring her to the family. You don't want no fool like that.
Right.
Right.
You don't want that, you know. But it is. I mean, a woman does have a blessing on her, and she do have a curse on her. You know, but the men fall for the curse quicker than they fall for the blessing.
Well, yeah, I agree. You know, like I say, look at Samson.
Men
that's a pretty
lust.
heavy case.
See, that's a big thing. Women lust too, but men lust a whole lot more than women.
Yeah.
Y'all lust out loud. We lust because we could be riding with our friend and our friend won't even know we're looking at him. And I'm like, damn. But a man, you see how y'all lust out loud. So that makes it more hard. And then y'all too verbal on letting a woman know you like her.
I like that. Okay, so let's talk. What you mean? Elaborate, please.
Okay. So let me say, like, okay, if a man and a woman are somewhere and a man finds a woman attractive, he don't do it in a suitable way. Damn, you got a fat ass, stuff like that. Just
really? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just
that's kind of how to listen.
Yeah, it doesn't. And that's sometimes you be thinking, and when a woman snap off and go off on you, you want to get mad, come forward. But sometimes a woman wants you approach me with intelligence. How you doing? My name is such and such and such. Don't approach me, you know, talking about my body parts, and then trying to tell me what you want to do to me sexually. You don't even know my name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
So you know, it's a dynamic.
Yeah, well, that's something to think about, you guys. Just like I say, everybody, you know, y'all go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe and share and let us know what y'all think. And I guess what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll go to that next subject.
And I have to go because I have another meeting. I just got.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I have to go.
Okay.
So if my meeting's over, I'll chime back in and
all right.
You know, but I enjoyed this first topic. It was so good. Y'all got a lot of
yes, man.
But if I finish it in time, I'll pop back in and be like,
just pop back in.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a good one. Take it easy, yeah. All right. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get back into some music. And we'll be talking about something good when we come back. How about that? I'm going to kind of surprise you guys, okay? Let's see what we sound like. There we go. All right.
excuse my hands, but your body butter. Skin so soft that it be rolling off the bone and things. Next thing I know, girl, I was all up in your G string. We get to work up, but our friends kept disturbing us and wouldn't let us get away with certain dirty stuff. We was hoping I would get the pussy wide open. My partner hollering, man, let's go. I'm like, show you what with me. 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 Show you what, show you what, show you what. Most disappointed, people felt we came up empty-handed. I felt like shit because it didn't happen how I planned it. I called your voicemail the next morning, you had left already. You said I want you from the night before, you sounded sexy. When you got home, I know your friends was asking how your trip was. I know that many hearts for me, they have a little distrust. I can just hear them dropping salt and shooting broken guns. A busy life when you nigga is a hip-hop artist. Thank you for understanding it would just go into dim. The way it worked out, I still think we have so much potential. Sometimes I think that stupid things happen for a reason. Thank you for sticking by my side for a short season. With me. Show you what 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 with youngster, rolling with some monsters, packing black steel, but I didn't have a conscience. Putting in work, but it really didn't matter. One time, hit the front, making all the boys scatter. Looking at my life, make a brother wish he had her. Made better choices than he would have been captured. Wrestled to the ground like a calf in a bastard. Mama still crying every time somebody asks her. Big world, too bad I never seen it. Sad as it seems, it's a mental convenience. A waste of my time and a waste of my genius. Time behind bars is a waste of my penis. Meanwhile, Jody hitting Kathy because she mad at me. My son is unhappy, so he breaks down, call another nigga daddy. And after all of that, I kill a man who try to stab me. Smoke time, a freak world case. Can't wake them up, tears rolling down my face. Looking at my partners that led to a state. Now it's just me, yep, me against the state. Swinging a gavel, my life is just a waste. Now a brother like me staring at his shoelace. Feeling like a fool, ending up in the worst place. Sad as a dope fiend, trying to be the dope case. self-defense, but they ain't hearing nothing. Ain't open to discussion, got a brother by the nuts. To him, I'm just a piece of poo-poo in a toilet flushing. Now, who gonna get me out of this? I'm crying out to God. I never knew the consequence of living by the sword. I thought that I was all of that. I thought that I was hard. But life can be a bitch when you end up behind the sword. They drug one of my homies out by fighting for his life. He wrote a bunch of children's books, but still he paid the price. This filthy legal system we get with ain't nothing nice. They quick to lay you on that slab as long as you ain't white. Obama just too busy to be rescuing each other. Then falls into a pit that is on bad decision done. I wish like hell that I could change decisions that I made. Cause I be living righteous in a brand new Escalade. I was finished college by the age of 22. Instead I'm getting locked up like a lion in a zoo. Now I got no family because of what I put them through. Thinking I was being smart and didn't have a clue. If somebody had told me this, I probably wouldn't listen. I was too busy on the block fighting for position. Never thought I'd be in court about to go to prison. Never thought I'd say this, but I miss my mama chicken. I miss driving a hoopty to the spot and hanging out. It wouldn't even matter if it's out of date or not. I guess all I can do is try to do the best I can. Then educate myself so I can be a better man. Not worried about my partners when I needed them, they ran. Now it's time for me to come up with a better plan. Not worried about my partners when I needed them, they ran. Now it's time for me to come up with a better plan.
Yeah, I'm steady rolling, I'm rolling on Texas ties. Yeah, we Texas ties, I'm 26 inches high. I'm married to the game, my diamond's gonna be my bride. You slip and slide, you girl is people you vibe. I know you niggas talk, cause I'm the one that's alive. I'll make me dead when I'm diving about the cool. My sellers, they got no room. Feeling like Tamara is the panoramic view. You guys stink, know I'm like some hot soul. I ain't chill, shopping like Pikachu. Yeah, I got a drip from the bag. You shorty eat it up like she fresh off the fast. I bypass when you smelling like gas. Tell me that jack, that big kind of gas. It's like a NASCAR. Dash 250, it's a fast car. My grind is getting gassy like they with the stars. Cold issue, Metro, what's up? So thirsty. You might drip, I can feel it in the light. And the curve. I call it blue Metro, it's the sun. You might drip, I can feel it in the light. I've been about that life like I had a C-section. I'ma keep it real from the moment I was little. I've been trying to get these hams, take them higher than the hills. And I'm trying to live, keep me calm for the thrill. So ceramic wheels, when they dunk like I'm Shaquille. Now they ask me what's my feel. I'm missing on my web, same song I disappear. Now I'm headed to my crib. Papa silent off the jam, phone ringing in my ear. Love mama calling still. Text her back like what's the deal? She text back like oh for real. Yeah, diamond. That's why Oxy got shining. Me and Smoke we timeless. I promise. And I don't break no promise. But I got a brand new pussy. Ice cold, it's blue, Metro, what's up? Dedication, so thirsty. You might drip, I can feel it Purchase your tracks today.
Yo. School.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Just checking out the audio.
All right. We back, guys, and basically, you guys, I'm not sure what's going on with the music. I've been hearing people saying something about the sound. You guys, let me know in the deal so that we can see if it's any sound. I see Vernon was saying it was no sounds. You guys, please kind of bear with us. We're trying to see if we can't get this sound situation together. I think that basically what I'm gonna do until we get the sound together, I'm not gonna worry about playing the music. We got enough subject matter to kind of keep us okay. So that's where we're gonna go with it. All right. I'm hoping everybody's okay with that, and we can kind of understand that. So, Rain, you back?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and go straight show. and we're not gonna do the music on this next segment. Okay.
All right.
So, like I said, we talking about the busiest doctor that I ever heard of. Okay. This segment that we're doing is the one we was talking about. The one that we was saying, we just can't make this stuff up. Okay. Now check this out, guys. There was a doctor, right? His name is Dr. Mr. Scott Green, okay? He's a plastic surgery in Sacramento, California, right? This brother shows up in Superior Court. He's in the hearing, okay? He's, of course, over Zoom. But while he's literally operating on a patient, can you hear me? I'm talking about when he was sworn in, he had blood.
Is that even legal?
On his hands. On his
that even legal, man? Is that legal? That sounds like malpractice.
That's what I'm saying, man.
For real, that sounds like a malpractice suit.
I mean, for real. Y'all please write in and tell us what y'all think about this, okay? I mean, this dude is in so much trouble right now. And y'all let us know. What do you think? Do you think this is criminal, or is this dude just good at multitasking? All right. I'm not gonna lie to you though. When I saw the video, I kind of felt like, wow, this dude right here is kind of sharp in a way. Am I the only one? Anyway, let us know what you think. What you think about that, Rain? Rain, where'd you go?
Well, I'm right here.
Okay.
Feeling. What was the question?
Yeah, we were just talking about that doctor. I was just wondering what you think about that.
Yeah, what I said. Is that even legal? That sounds like a malpractice suit. I mean, like,
they trying to figure it out.
Bro.
It's like the first time it happened.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, bro. Like, there's something definitely wrong with that, No, that's somebody. Yeah. Listen, he had blood on his hands. The life of a person is in the blood. So you literally had someone's life in your hand.
Right.
Trying to zoom and up. Nah, come on, man. I don't
that was
the
great.
judge didn't cite him for that,
Yeah. I was just like, man, what in the world? I'm looking, the judge looked at this dude like, oh my God, are you conducting surgery? I mean, seriously. And the doctor was like, yeah, I'm here, I'm cool, just go ahead.
I got it. Come on, man, get out of here, dog. Get out of here, man.
So, man, I was just, wow. Well, did you guys hear about that plane, though? The motor caught on fire, right? And the motor started falling apart, right? Huge pieces of the engine started raining down on homes, crushing cars. I mean, fortunately, nobody was killed. Okay. And according to a staff writer, this guy's name is Hugo Martin, right? He said a Boeing 777 jet operated by the United Airlines experienced a right engine failure after takeoff, right, from Denver Saturday. Mm-hmm. Well, he say nobody on board was injured. That's what they say. I don't know. Okay. That's according to the National Transportation Safety Board. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you guys, but I take this very seriously, guys. I mean, you can be just walking down the street, right? And a plane part just wham, smash you, Just while you laying there in your bed sleep, just something just come through your ceiling, bam, that's it. Right. That's why I always say, hey, man, your relationship with God is very important, You don't never know what's going to happen, Nobody's promised tomorrow. What you think about that, Ray?
I mean, that's just crazy. Like, that's like it's like an act of God or something. Like, I mean, like, you can't read that. We can't prepare for that. I mean, like, it's just crazy and very unfortunate, very unfortunate. Yeah.
Well, like I say, y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think about this. I mean, it's like these are the things that are happening in our world, Some of us don't get a chance to see some of those stories, but hey, look, I'm trying to bring it to you. We cannot make this stuff up. Did y'all hear about the alligator? He was in the garage, right? I'm talking about this was when we did the freeze. This was like Sunday before last Sunday. Look, the woman opened her garage door and it's a 7-foot alligator in there. And his mouth wide open and he lunging for her. Just think if she was sleepy, she wasn't really paying attention. I mean, that'd have been a wrap.
She'd have been alligator food.
That's it, you know.
Thank God she was alert, you know.
Yeah. But you know, the thing that gets me is that, you know, I thought that alligators, you know, hibernate during the wintertime, you know. I really did. I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure on that fact.
Well, from what they say, alligators don't hibernate. They don't hibernate, okay? What they do is they go under phases of dormancy, right? So like when the temperatures drop and it gets too cold for them, they create a gator hole along the waterway, and that provides the protection for them during extreme weather.
Right.
So they woke the whole time. Yeah, so that's our world, you guys. Well, y'all write us in and let us, you know, think about what y'all, let us know what y'all think about that. How about you, Rain? What's been going on?
Man, just a lot of life, man. You know, the subject matter today was relevant. You know, the power of a woman. That's something that I've really been meditating on lately. You know, kind of gauging and measuring. You know, trying to refine my character and not be so cynical when it comes to how I deal with women. You know what I mean? And really learning how to consider, you know, exactly how to receive and manage, you know, the power of any given woman that I'm dealing with correctly. You know what I mean? According to what that woman giving off. You know what I mean? In other words, I'm trying to figure out how to treat each woman how she act. You know what I mean? Instead of having a base mindset on how I'm just going to deal with women in general. You know, you have to learn how to, you know, measure what it is that you're dealing with in front of you, you know? So, I mean, just that kind of stuff, you know, I mean, really just grind it. You already know what it is, you know?
Well, yeah, you know, I know what it is. The thing is that some women don't realize their power. And actually, to be honest with you, from my perspective and my experience of just watching the world and reading and, you know, now this is going back to the biblical thing, but the Bible says that a woman has the ability to either build her house up or to tear it down with her own hand. Okay. Now, don't say the man has that power. It says she does. You know, we always heard it said that behind every successful man is a good woman.
Right.
Well, that's true.
Right.
You know, that's true.
It is. It is.
I mean,
cliches are cliches for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They have some truth to them. But you're right, though, you know. That's, I mean,
I can tell that's where you at.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at on the issue, man. I'm like, I did a little survey right the other night. I went to this little get together, and it came a point where the only other dude that he kind of ran to the store real quick or whatever, and so I was left in the house with these 7 chicks. It was like 7 chicks in the house.
Oh, that should have been interesting.
Yeah, sitting at the table playing cards or whatnot. So I took the opportunity to go around and just kind of basically survey, you know, to get some information for the show, you know, something to roll around. But here's what I got. I presented the question, and the question that I presented was, how would you define the power of a woman? And I asked each woman at the table this question, starting from the youngest to the oldest. So I was getting answers like, From the youngest, she said, "I can get whatever I want."
Wow.
That was her final answer.
That's what the youngest one said.
That's what the youngest one said. The next youngest, I can't remember what she said, but I got strength. I got individuality, and basically like inner strength. As I got, up to the older ladies, it went from the more manipulative, uses of the power to more spiritual. You know what I mean? But this is where I'm at, man. When I listened to everything they said, I was real polite, but I could kind of hear how divisive the answers were. Like everything was like us, as if men and women are not, counterparts in the same species or something. You know what I mean? Like us against them. And I'm like, and I listened to everything that they all said, but at the end of it, I was like, listen, I mean, like for me, I don't even like those kind of conversations, because it's just divisive. At the end of the day, man and woman were created to coexist. Like, that's another answer I got. The mother of the earth, right? Okay. Mother of the earth, creator of nations, birther of nations, right? And like I said, the way that there was nothing inherently wrong with the answers. It was just kind of the attitude behind it. Like I said, as if men and women are like two different species or something. And I was trying to get them to understand, like, man, a woman cannot birth a nation if a man is not ejaculating. Period. It's a co-opt, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's how it should be looked at, and that's how it should be handled, especially if you're getting yourself engaged into an intimate relationship or cohabitating with somebody of the opposite sex or whatnot. You have to have those kind of things in mind. You can't go into a relationship like, okay, so look, this is what I understand. I understand like single women, single moms, women that have just had to do it by themselves for so long that's just what's ingrained in their head, right? I dig that. But if you are going to put yourself in a position to where you're opening your life and your heart, your home to, somebody of opposite sex in an intimate manner, you cannot continue to think as if you're single. You know what I mean? Like a man cannot go into a relationship and just saying like, this how I deal with women, this how I do this how I do that. And then when he get a woman, just think he can just keep doing what he's doing as if he was single. No, when you get into a relationship, you have a whole nother person whose thoughts, feelings, emotions, views, perceptions, you have to consider all of that. And those things ultimately become yours if you're talking about marriage, you know what I mean? Because you're not two anymore, you're one. So that's the whole thing I'm trying to get across is that like, that's the message I want to send. Like for men and women to stop looking at each other like it's some kind of competition, because it's not. A woman and a man were created to build, to reproduce, to, you know what I'm saying? Keep the earth populated, build families, you know what I mean? And in building families, you're building morale, you're helping with social structure. Like, so those are all real heavily, responsible things, heavy responsibilities, that you have to consider when you're in those type of situations. It goes way beyond, so-and-so did such and such to my mama or my sister, so I'm gonna act like this, or this many dudes did this to me, and, well, if you don't like men that much, then you don't need a man, right? You know what I'm saying? But if you get into a relationship, those are things that you have to consider, so that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. All of a sudden I got an echo. I don't like that echo.
I hear it.
But anyway, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to work with it. But listen, here's what my take is on the whole situation. Now, you guys in the audience, please kind of give us some of y'all's thoughts and some of y'all's, kind of participate with us and let us know what you think. Please excuse me because I've got this echo in my head, and with this echo, it's throwing my speech off. You know, it's like I don't feel like I'm finishing my word, and so sometimes it almost kind of sounds kind of slurred, just like right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that with a passion, but I can't seem to get rid of this echo. So the next time we come on, we're gonna try to see if we can't really handle that, you know, because it just came out of nowhere. Okay, but anyway, back to what we're talking about as far as women. I see that Craig Weepaw says that women and men cannot mingle with single men and women, okay, because they have nothing in common. I totally agree with that. Birds of a feather flock together. You know, that's just real. When it comes down to men and women, and that's why since you were saying the concept about women being powerful, that is the dynamic that, you know, sometimes people don't realize how powerful they are. And when I say that, here's what I mean. Okay. Have you ever watched little boys and little girls play?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's a for instance. There was a little boy, right? And a little girl playing together. Okay, they had a toy. Let's just say a Tonka truck or something. Anyway, the little boy wants the car, and she wants the car. He muscles the car away from her, pushes her away, bam, there's nothing she can do to get the car. Right? So I watched them.
Right.
And I watched the little girl run in the room. She ran in the room with the adults, kind of. Sat down, started playing, eating a couple of crawfish, chilling out, just doing whatever. Do you know that little boy came in with the truck and handed to the girl? Here you go. Here it is. And then she grabbed the truck and went on back in there. That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Right.
Because she learned how to use her mind instead of using her strength and her girth.
Right.
That's powers. I'm quite sure that throughout her life, she used those powers and honed them to learn how to get what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that that's powerful. Now, a man is powerful as well. I mean, we can go out there and we can get the bacon. We can do what we need to do. Somebody come in the house, bam, you know, they got to meet us. But the thing is, if she want power too, with all that power she already got, you got a problem. Because you're dealing with a creature that, and I don't mean to call y'all creatures like, you know, the Monster Show. But what I'm saying is, you're dealing with a being, put it like that is so powerful that the angels in heaven came down to get one of them. Not just one, several. You ever think about that? That's pretty powerful.
That's heavy.
They ain't come down here to get no tree. They ain't come down here to get no rock.
Right.
They ain't come down here to get no water.
Right.
They came down here
to get that wop. That wop.
They came down to get her.
Yeah.
Now that's a beauty that's beyond description. Now here you are, a little old man.
Right.
Now who you think more powerful? You or an angel?
The angel, of course. We are lower than the angels.
And she brought them down here.
Right.
So we
back
always have
that responsibility, back to that responsibility for that power. You know what I mean?
But a lot of them don't even realize they have that power.
You know what? I mean, you're right about that. You're right about that. But I think what's more common is they recognize the power, they just don't recognize the responsibility.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like I said, I talked to that young girl, and she said her answer was, "I can get whatever I want." You know what I mean? And that's just how she felt. That was the crux of it for her. You know what I mean? Well, so that's an example of a woman that recognizes her power, but she has no clue about the responsibility that comes with that. You know what I mean?
Right, and not only responsibility, but the thing is that, well, put it like this: why do you think they have cheerleaders? Like, okay, they ain't running to make the touchdown,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they ain't shooting no jump shots, but
they're there to help maintain a spirit.
Right, because see,
they're there to help maintain a spirit.
And they know people going to be paying attention to them. Even some of the people of the other team.
Mm-hmm.
You can't win. We can do this or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Those cheerleaders actually help those athletes win games. They're a vital part of the sport. Just by cheering. Because ultimately men want to please women. And ultimately women want to please men. But when you talk about the most powerful between the two, you got to think about it. You know, they say that
be careful, old school.
Well, I'm being real.
You sound like you finna jump in some deep water. All right, go ahead.
Well, it's just being real. I mean, when you sitting there and you look at an older man with a younger woman, a lot of times, and it depends on how much the age gap is, but really, he can go sometimes 10 times younger, and she on his level. You think I'm lying?
No, I know what you mean.
Now, she might be immature, but she understands. You know, she understands.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the Bible says that when a man finds a capable wife, he finds a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can enhance your life.
Right.
You know. Now you have those that abuse that power, and they just get what they want. They short-sighted. You know, it's just more like me. They don't really worry about. Well, you know, what's good for this guy? What's good for me? You know. And so you have to be selective, but at the same time, when they are for you, man, they can save your life. When I say that, you know, you heard the account that they had the foolish man who David and them, you know, they had, I'm not sure exactly what the scenario is, so I'm not going to get into the scenario, but the dude was jeering King David and his men. They wanted some food and some water. I ain't giving you nothing. Y'all this, that, yeah, whatever. They talking to. He was talking to them like they was beneath him. And it made David mad. He was like, "Man, y'all sharpen y'all swords. Come on, we fixing to get this."
Yeah, we finna go ride or something.
But that man's wife ran out of the house with some food and some everything. Hey, forgive my husband, this and that. Please let him make it. And save that man's life. That's the power of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yeah, that's pretty powerful. But not a curse. They can call a law. And it ain't too much you can say.
Right. It's not. You better know how to navigate that system. You cats out there, them domestic situations where y'all got them manipulative, narcissistic little chicks, you know what I'm saying? That's always pushing your buttons and doing little stuff. And then as soon as you raise your voice, they call the laws on you.
Yep.
So you better learn how to start audio recording conversation, making videos when she's tripping. And look, if she physical with you, you better learn how to call the laws first, because that's the only win you got.
Well, I wouldn't say call the laws.
Yeah, you do. I'm telling you, I'd have been down for domestic abuse, some stuff like this. That's a man's really. That's one of a man's only really. That's your only like card you can play. You got to report. You got to report it first. You got to make a paper trail first. So when you do go to court, you know what I'm saying? It's something documented. You know what I mean? But a lawman told me that. A lawman told me that. He came to my door. My girl was tripping. Right. This was some years ago. My girl was tripping, hitting on me. She was just bugging about a bunch of nothing. But I recorded her. And she got mad when she saw me pull my camera out and start recording her, right? It just made her more mad. And she messed around and came and swung on me while I was recording, right? So she got mad because I wouldn't respond. She leave out the house. She's sitting in the truck in the parking lot. Here come the Laos. Boom, boom, boom. Open the door, it's the Laos. Well, sir, we have a domestic complaint. Woo, woo. We had a call that, somebody was over here, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even say nothing. I pulled my phone out and I just showed him the video of her tripping. Mm-hmm. He looked. It was two of them. The black one looked. He said, is she here? I said, no. She's probably down there in the truck or something. He said, you know what, sir? You have a good evening. A good night. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. If I didn't have that video, then all that they could have worked with was her word against mine, right? In that case, she's going to win every time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to kind of learn how to defend yourself against, women or men, but we're talking about women today, women that misuse their power. Because that's when the blessing turns into a curse. When you start perverting the power and you start using it for things that it wasn't meant to be used for, or you start, doing things that, say you weren't meant to do with that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that part,
Well, that's the thing, the way that we're designed as men is women and children first. Even in war, disasters and stuff like that, it's women and children first,
Right.
And the reason being is because inherently we realize the value of the women. Like without the women, we go extinct.
Right.
Without the men too.
Exactly.
But the whole point is that men have disrespected women so long, and
see, I don't even like the way you did that. I don't like the way you.
Well, it's just real talk. It's real talk.
Like that, like you said. Like look, listen. You just said, like you said, what you just said. Without women, men would go. The race would go extinct. It was like it still sound divisive. It's yeah, right. But it's just vice versa as well. So like, what's the point? What's the point in even saying that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, the point of saying that is because
like that in conversations, I look at those little points that turn something from just a base general statement into something a little manipulated. You know what I'm saying? And
manipulated
right there, whether it's coming from a man or like it goes either way. A man saying that without men, the world would be like this, so women need us, or a woman saying the same thing. It's still, to me, it's still perpetuating a divisiveness. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are we even talking about that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
you understand what I'm saying, though?
No, not really.
Not really?
I mean,
okay.
I'll put it to you like this, okay? The reason why I say that is because it's inherent for us to protect the women and the children, because that actually,
that's our role.
Right, and we're the protectors, and right. So what we're protecting is our legacy. The woman, she gonna take care of the kids. The kids are ours. They actually replace us when we pass away, whatever. They're our inheritance. Okay. So it's like the ants. When you hit an ant pile, they all go and grab the eggs. They grab all the eggs and they start running with all the eggs. So that's the same concept. And that's all I was saying. Now, when I said as far as the becoming extinct, well, if all the men on earth were to die, it would be the same thing. But at the same time, do you know that more women are born than men?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's like, that's the way that it is. It's like ultimately, you have more women. And it has a lot to do with wars. We already going off the war. We always doing something, killing ourselves because we the ones with the testosterone,
Right.
But they're the ones who kind of like take care of the home, take care of the kids, and really nurture that next generation.
Right.
That's pretty powerful, And so, it don't have anything to do with manipulation. It's just reality, And it is true that with man being the most masculine, well, back in the day, they dominated women to the point that basically they were almost like slaves. Not just in one nation. Just earthwide.
Right. That's why they're so angry now, and rightfully so.
Well, right. Then so that's what I'm saying, and that's what I mean. But too much of anything is not good. If you get too much water, you'll drown.
Right.
So the thing is that the leveling out of it can be the curse. You feel me? Because it's not really level.
You say the leveling out of what? What are we talking about?
The power. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so, well, we gave the woman more rights. Okay, so now she is, how do you say it? The leader now. You know what I mean? She's the leader.
Right.
Well, don't get me wrong. I just feel like this. The way that we were designed was like a puzzle that fits together. You understand what I'm saying? And the way that the Bible speaks about it is that the man, he needs respect, and that the woman needs to know that she's loved. So she needs to feel that the husband loves her.
Right.
That's by design. Okay.
So
the respect part is going to diminish if she running things, kind of like,
right.
You get over there and wash them dishes, and I'm just kidding, but I'm just saying, it's like, well, if she doing all of the breadwinning and she doing all of this right here, it can cause, not in every case, but in some causes, it can cause an imbalance in yeah,
and the family structure,
right, and in the psyche, you know, in the psyche. Right. I mean, I'm talking about like, you know, but then some women, they basically are so in tune with their femininity that they can be the, you know, owner of a corporation or whatever you want to say, and then bam, they still come home and then they treat the husband with respect. You know, I mean, like, you know, he gets to be the husband.
Right.
You know what I mean? Back in the day, they used to ask questions like, who wears the pants in your family?
Yeah.
Well, what is really behind that question? What's really behind
the pants where the wallet at?
Right.
The pants where the wallet at. Who got the power? You know?
Yeah, that too. Because see, the thing is,
a man wears pants and a woman wears dresses or skirts.
Now that's where I was going. Right. Yeah. And so now, today's world, the woman wear the pants, the man wear the dress. You know, it's just
apron and everything else.
You know, so you have an imbalance in the psyche. You know, and you cause a dynamic whenever you do that, because it goes against the design.
Right.
You know.
Right. And that's systematic in a way. Like, you know, we're talking about people being responsible for, you know, their own power and everything, you know, but a lot of that, what you're talking about, is systematic. Like, it's just, that's just how it is. It's built like that. So like, it doesn't give a lot of women a choice to look at it different. You know what I mean? And like now,
well,
like, go ahead.
Well, that kind of goes back to your teaching, you know. What goes in is what comes out.
Is what comes out.
And so if she got a bunch of, girl, don't tell you this and that and that. And if he would have said that to me, I'd have done this and all this kind of stuff. And he said, shoot, man, you know, what you want to do is you want to have more hole to go in. Because that's what I've heard the older men say. They used to say things like, you know, it's a pole rat that only got one hole to go in. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
That's old. But that means that you're supposed to have a different household to go in just in case she acting right. That's not right either. Okay? So that goes against those principles.
I mean, true.
And so what happens is we continue to go against those principles. And that's where we run into problems.
We go continue to have them discrepancies.
Well, we're not going to continue to have them. Trust me, God is going to step in. He's going to step in.
Well, yeah, of course. But I mean, in each individual's life, if you continue to live your life in that manner, then you're going to continue to have the same type of discrepancies in your relationship, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I like what Craig says over here when he says we don't teach about accountability. That's real. You know, just like, and that's basically what this conversation is. You know, it's about, you know, first of all, you have to respect the power of a woman, you know. And when I say that, you have to realize that basically, you know, that she can truly help you. You know, that's what God said that she was. She was a helper for you. And so, you know, you make the decision as far as what the direction you're going in. She works with you. You make sure she's happy with the direction that you're going in. And then y'all cooperate. And then you get and reach your goals.
Where you
know?
Yeah.
And so that's basically the way it was designed. You know. But we have to be accountable, just like Craig said. You know, because if we ain't doing what we're supposed to do, then we can't expect to get what we won't want to get. And that goes both ways.
Right on.
You know.
Right.
So.
Right.
You know, that's the way it is.
You know what I'm saying? I hate to like kind of try to like sound like I'm flipping it, But when we're talking about the power of anything, like I said, with power comes responsibility. And like you just said, we have to respect the power of a woman. I feel the need to put like a disclaimer or a tag on that and just say, not only the power of a woman, really you should respect any power that's given by God. You know what I mean?
True.
Any power. And that's whether it's in a man, a woman, or a child.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So and let's get that understood, you know what I'm saying? Because man, I see a lot of these like Facebook posts and stuff, man, and it's like, you know, chicks is really like, you know, some people, some chicks is taking this like that feminist dynamic and they'll take like what we saying right now and like use it to like be like on some, the black woman is God, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, like I understand where you coming from a certain aspect, right? We are the spirit of God in us, but it's always a balance though. Like, and some women will take that as like, well, a man needs to bow down then, you know what I'm saying? I'm, you know, Mother Earth, Mother Goddess, and the man needs to just bow down to me. That's
will that work?
What it is either.
Will that work? Let's just think about it.
It won't. But some dudes try.
Now you got a problem, right?
Some dudes try, and that's what I'm saying. That type of discrepancy will,
you know, there's a solution to this problem. They have literally millions of people who solve this problem every day. I'm gonna tell you how they do it. They follow Bible principles. That's it.
Right on.
See, the thing is,
follow the manual.
like I said, yeah,
gotta go
what
by
you say, the manual. They follow the manual. That's it. You don't follow the manual? Well, it's like a man putting oil in his gas tank.
Right, you go experience some kind of dysfunction.
You know, and so that's just the way that it is. But the reason that we want to bring out the fact of power of women was to let them know that we respect them and that we respect their power, their minds, you know, their dedication, the way that they actually take care of the families, you know, and those good women that do that, I think they should be commended. And I actually think the ones that are not doing that should look to those that are doing that for guidance so that we can correct some of the problems that we have in our families and, you know, reestablish the family arrangement the way it was meant to be. You know, we can't be out there just shaking it up in the club and running around and having a baby with this one and that one and just doing the unnatural things and then expecting, oh yeah, it's gonna have a good result. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Right.
All good. It's not all good. It's not. And so, you know, if we want to do it that way, then we can't complain about it not being good. You know, don't complain about it. Don't complain about it.
Man. You're right, man. Hey, like that what you just said, I'm gonna segue that back into the accountability conversation, right? This was like a word of the day between me and my girl the other day, right? You know what I'm saying? But like, let me shoot you this question. I just want to know, because this is something personal I'm going through, honestly, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ask you your OG opinion on this. What do you think about, you know, you ever seen a woman do something like, this is anything. She could have lost the remote, you know, or it could be something bigger, like spend some money that was supposed to be on the credit card bill, or you know, whatever, right? And it was just like a oops. But then, like somehow, some way, they find a way to blame it on you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm like, baby, why come every time you lose the remote, you always talking about what I do with the remote? I didn't have the remote. You have the remote. You know what I'm saying? But they're like, nah, you need to find. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, baby, why do you do that all the time? Every time, you know, you do something, you always talk about it's me. And you know what she told me? She said, because it makes me feel better.
Well, that was honest.
It was an honest answer. Now, my question is, you know what I'm saying, as far as accountability goes, like, you know what I'm saying, how would you view a situation like that? You know, is that a cool thing for a woman to do? Or is
What
it
you mean,
something
like
that
a
a
remote?
man...
I mean, the remote, literally, or
Right. I mean, like, it could be anything, like something small. I'll keep it something small like that. Like losing the remote, or she can't find her glasses, or, you know, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
well,
But somehow, some way, you know, she
in,
find a way to
in my
blame it on you.
relationship, well, in my relationship, my wife is the person who keeps things in order. In other
Right.
words, baby, you see my glasses? They on your
And she
head,
go point you in the right direction.
right?
Right.
'Cause she know where everything is. You know, like I was amazed to go to like a picnic or something with my wife, or we go to the park and all of us we gonna barbecue at the park. I'm talking about she have the knife, the spoon, the fork, the mayonnaise, the mustard, the lettuce, the tomatoes, the bread, the toaster. I'm saying, you know, she be having stuff that I would never have thought to get it. When I say go to the park, I
Yeah.
bring the ball. You know,
Right. And a
you
blanket
know,
maybe, or something like that.
right. So what I'm saying is basically she's the person that keeps the order. You know, she keeps the order.
Yeah, your wife's special. You got a special wife, you know, so I understand what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah, I can
Well,
understand why you ain't got no perspective on that, because I know your wife,
well,
and
why you
yeah,
say I
she's
don't have
special.
no
She would do
perspective?
you like that.
I got a perspective.
Well, I'm
I
saying
mean,
because,
I
well,
know a lot
yeah,
of women that's like my wife. That actually,
right.
yeah. I mean, they
I was
actually.
talking about women that don't hold themselves accountable.
But
That's
see
what I was
now,
talking about.
when we
Even on
start
the
doing
smallest
that,
level, because if you'll blame me for losing the remote when you know you was the last one with it, then you will blame me for anything. If you cheat on me, you will try to tell me it's my fault.
right?
You know what I'm
Now
saying?
you do have people that's
That
like
kind of
that.
stuff.
But see, one thing about it, though, Rain, I'm gonna tell you like this. Okay, you actually have the picker. You're the picker,
Mm-hmm.
and when
Right.
it's like that,
Oh.
right? So when it's like that, then you choose. When you choose, you observe before you
Always
choose.
got that.
and
Right.
and
Right.
that's when it comes back down to. Now I know that's after the fact. It's like, okay, now I'm married, now I'm found out that she can't cook, can't clean, can't do this, can't don't nurture nobody, don't, you know what I'm saying, don't do nothing, right?
Nothing.
Okay, well, there have been marriages that started off that way. I'm not gonna lie
Mm-hmm.
to you. But the man, as the head of his wife, okay, was patient with her. He might have fixed a meal for her, showed her how to do it. Uh, whatever she cooked, he ate it. He told her it was good. She tried to make it better, and she get better. She get better. She get better.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Some of the best cooks in my family started off being horrible. They burn water.
Right. Right.
But the thing is, eventually they the best cooks in the family. So a lot of times it has to do with that leadership, because that's your role. That's all
Right.
in the manual. All in the
And that's
manual.
really kind of what I was getting at. Yeah, but you
Right.
answered my question. You did with that one.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
It's all in the
Because that's what it is. You know, it's like sometimes we have to realize as men, and we wanted to get into that, but I don't think we're going to have time to. But it's a respect thing. And that's what I wanted to get down on. You know, respect. I'm going to try to see if we can squeeze it out of the box for a second. But the thing is, as a matter of fact, I'm going to just go there. Okay, let's just go there.
Yeah.
Okay. We were talking about the difference between respect and fear.
And fear.
How about that? Now, Craig and everybody that's involved, you guys is getting ready to get a treat. I'm gonna say this. It might run us over just a little bit. I hope you guys just bear with us. But I think it's important enough for us to talk about. Okay, these two elements, right? They're very closely related. Okay. Uh, but I want to get down to the psychology of it. Okay. Um, we touched on it, Rain. Where you go? Where'd you go?
I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, we had touched on it though, like a couple of segments ago. You know, like I think on
We
girl
really
chat.
touch on it all the time. Really, we really touch on it all the time
Oh yeah.
because it's that important.
Okay. Well, the reason why I wanted to touch on it tonight is because I want to help our listeners to kind of get that respect that they want and deserve. And we can all do it. Now, the secret is knowing the difference between respect and fear. What would you say the difference between respect and fear is? And you guys out there, please help us out. Leave us a comment and let us know what you think the difference between respect and fear is. Because y'all might have some good ideas out there that might help us out. Okay? Now,
well, if I try to sum that up,
yeah,
I would say the difference between respect and fear is respect is earning reverence from someone. Fear is taking or manipulating or finagling reverence from someone by some manipulative manner.
Okay, in layman's terms.
So I mean, somebody you have to earn respect. Like you do. You have to earn respect. Even if you're dealing with somebody that innately gives respect, right? Like a person that was had respect instilled in them to the point to where they will respect a disrespectful person because they're just a respectful person. You have to earn that. Like even if you're dealing with somebody like that, like if you show yourself disrespectful or not worthy of respect, eventually, even a person who has it instilled in them, the level is going to drop. Even if they still show it to you in their own mind and heart, they're going to be like, this cat here, he on some, and they'll deal with you how they go deal with you, right? But you have to earn respect, and you have to maintain that. You know what I'm saying? It's a virtue. It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. It's a spiritual tool. You know what I'm saying? So like, you have to maintain that. You have to earn it. Okay. On the flip side of that, fear, I'll say fear-driven respect can come from me just knowing every time this cat walking up the block, he's strapped. Or every time he walking up the block, I just seen him beat everybody in the hood up. So I ain't gonna mess with him. Not because I approve of his character, but because I'm scared I'm gonna get shot or whoop. And then you have people that'll use that, manipulate that energy, and get something out of a person that looks like respect, but it's really just fear.
Right. Now I'm gonna give you the definition, right, of both. Okay, the definition of respect, right, is a deep feeling, or should I say, a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. Whereas fear is defined as an unpleasant feeling triggered by the perception of danger, real or imagined. Okay? They fear you, whether it's real or they imagine it. Okay? So Knowing those definitions help us a whole lot in how to gain respect. Okay, because I've heard it said that when you respect a person, you want to listen to what they say, and you
Right.
want to be close to them,
Right.
and even want to become like them. But when you fear a person, you don't want to be around them, and the only reason you would interact with them would because you don't have no choice. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. You know,
Yes, sir.
when we apply it in our
Craig Weefall said down here, put simply, fear is forced while respect is earned. And
very good.
that's really as simple as you can get it.
That is. That's very, very good definition. So yeah, you know, people get fear and respect confused all the time, and people don't realize, you know, how come I don't get no respect? And they be getting meaner and meaner, madder and madder, beating up more people, but they ain't getting no respect.
Right.
And they like, wow, why? It's because you have to earn respect, you know. And fear is different. Nobody want to be around them. They just, you know, driving people away instead of drawing people to them.
Right.
And it's the same thing in our relationships. You know, we treat that woman with respect. That woman treat us with respect. Then, you know, we can come to the middle and discuss all the particulars.
Mm-hmm.
Those are Bible principles. You know, and that's all we have to do is just open that book. Yep.
Right.
So, with that being said, I'm gonna go on close out our session. Okay, it really has been a blast. I'm very sorry, you guys, about the music. Okay, we're gonna get that situation fixed next week. Okay, and I'd like to give a shout out to Doc and Miss Shay and
That's
everybody
what
at
up, Doc?
our radio station, all of our listeners. Okay, we really appreciate you guys. Okay, I forgot to let everybody know about Jackson, Mississippi. Hey, you guys, really pay attention to them. Keep them in your prayers right now. Them people haven't had no water for 3 weeks now.
God bless.
That's tough. So if you do anything, just meditate on that. Okay. So anyway, like I say, we'll definitely be back next week. And when we are back, we're gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about next week. How about this? We're gonna talk about the deteriorating infrastructure. You know, about all them rotten pipes and corroding bridges and all of these different things that these folks are supposed to pay.
Yeah.
See, that's why we got all that water problems in Jackson, Mississippi. And here, there's people here that still ain't got no water. Come on now.
Yeah, our infrastructure jacked up down here in Houston.
Not just Houston. That's the problem. Not just Houston. Them pipes and all of that stuff that's up under us that's supporting us is old as dirt. I think they were about to put in when people was on the horses and buggies. They need to fix that stuff, bro.
Right.
You know, they need to fix it. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and talk about that next week. Hey, everybody, we really enjoyed you guys. Thank you so much, Miss Shay, for joining.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we're going to see y'all next week. Peace.